buddy Jim. It's Friday, November 15th. Probably right around, I believe it's about 4:30, quarter to 5. This is the first video gospel according to Jim, which I've decided to name The Digital Prophet. And what I want to accomplish is really just to, I don't know, leave my mark. You know, these are my thoughts on the things that matter to me. And I'm going to use this series of videos to hopefully expand upon that as much as possible. So why open it up here? Well, this right here is the same beautiful area, and it's beautiful year round. It amazes me. Even in this less than green quality to it, there's still life here, but it's sleeping, which is one of the first things I really want to talk about. I've always believed that I have much to learn from most religions that truly preach in their actions peace with others, and they don't preach dominance. In those religions, I find that I can learn and possibly expand my understanding of the universe itself. And in some of the Native American religions, in most of them actually, they teach about the planet being alive, and they even have a name for it. It's called Gaia. And I'm a man of modest education. I have a bachelor's degree from SUNY Potsdam, and my study habits, even though I was in my 30s, were less than stellar. But regardless, with that degree, I'm aware of the functionality of the planet. I'm aware of the functions of the planet, the mechanics, what goes on. And it's quite easy to see that the fluid mechanics could easily be mistaken for blood. And when you think about it, our blood is pretty much seawater. I mean, it's pretty much salt water. That's what it is. So if our bodies are 75% salt water, that seems kind of similar in nature, like it's part of the fluid. You know, and then of course you've got the energy-rich magma that, I mean, maybe the planet, and I don't mean to sound blasphemous to the planet, not that the planet could hear me, but maybe the planet is just like some big dumb cousin, you know, named Robert or something. And no offense to any of my friends named Rob, but maybe he's just like big dumb cousin Robert that has to take the short yellow bus to school, and, you know, has to have his mom meet him even though he's 15 years old. You know, maybe he's just like that guy. And the planet right now, with all its new earthquakes and all these other tsunamis and these things. Geez, the poor people in the Philippines, for example. Maybe that's it, you know. Maybe that's what's going on. You know, big dumb cousin Robert is just trying to get rid of the crap that's hurting them. And it's not intentional. And God has nothing to do with it as much as you think. You know, we do. And that's the other point I wanted to make. Not only is this big, beautiful earth an organism, but we are a very special, and I believe, relatively unique organism within the universe. Very soon following our births, most of us become self-aware, aware that we not only of ourselves, but of the fact that we live within a three-dimensional universe. So, and we also, unlike, and this has been proven, unlike animals like, say, deer and little bunnies, our thought processes are more advanced, more complex. We have the ability to look at the evidence and logically come up with a solution. You know, we can formulate the hows and the whens and even the who, but the evidence ultimately speaks for itself, and that's in dealing with anybody. And I did start rambling there a little bit, so I'm going to pull it back in here. But basically, as human beings, just like the Earth, we're made up of two basic building blocks. And that's what ties us all to this planet so tightly. The basic law of thermodynamics is that energy and matter can neither be created nor destroyed, only transferred or transformed. It's called the law of conservation of energy and matter. So basically what that's saying is all the energy on the planet, or all the energy in the universe, and all the matter in the universe, the two main building blocks of the universe, have existed from the start. No new energy or matter can be created, and it can't really be destroyed. It's because when we attempt to do that, basically what happens is we actually transfer either the energy or the matter from one container into another, or we transform the energy or matter from one form of energy or matter into another form. Like when you make a cake. You take ingredients that alone don't resemble a cake, but combined do. So you transform the ingredients from one form into another. Okay? And that's just it. Humans are unique like that because we are both energy and matter, and that's not what makes us unique. What makes us unique is the advancement of our energy on an intellectual level. I mean, granted, let's face it, if you're to judge humans by our government or even by the societies within our inner cities, I mean, if I was an alien species, I'd just be pointing a laser beam at the earth and frying everything that walked that didn't have fur, which means they'd have to avoid Italy and Greece. Just kidding. But anyway, That's the thing, you know. We're energy and matter. So science has basically proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that when we die and our bodies return to the earth, our physical bodies return to the earth, something has to happen to this energy that defines who we are as individuals. Something has to happen to it. It must either be transferred or transformed. So what happens? Transferred or transformed. So that means either reincarnation's got it right, or maybe there is a second step to our evolution. You know, part of the reason why I came down through these woods here, because these are the woods that, this is the trail that, if you look at my photo albums on Facebook, you'll see energy orb pictures that I've taken. Just raw energy orb pictures, nothing major. There wasn't fog or anything. It was just a night just like this. And see, that the energy orbs, those unexplained things, you can show that to anybody. And nobody's going to give you any better explanation than I have. I'm telling you, this energy that defines us all, whether you want to believe it or not, it doesn't end when our life seems to. We're spiritual symbiotes. We're like some kind of a primordial infestation. We're you could go so far as to say that our spirits, as I told my mother the last time I actually talked to her, are actually connected to God in that respect, and that these people that scream about how white people are God's chosen because they look like Jesus. Well, you know what? I'm pretty sure, considering where Jesus was born and raised and conceived and everything, I'm pretty sure at that time of the world that that made him, at the very least, olive-skinned, if not more Saudi Arabian looking. He definitely wasn't looking like any Aryan race guy. But, you know, what difference does it make? You know, the scientific evidence shows that we're all composed of energy and matter. So who cares if your matter happens to be darker than somebody else's? The physical image isn't what they intended to mean in the Bible when they said Jesus made humans in God's own image. That's not what they intended. The Bible speaks of our essence. Our essence is our spirit, and our spirit exists. It has to. That's the image. That's how we're connected to God. Because when we're first conceived, we're sinless. It's the exposure to all the fun freaking stimuli that we encounter throughout the course of our lives. That's what screws most of us up. But we all have decisions to make, and our decisions will be graded. And I'd love to tell you that God grades on a curve, but I don't know, man. Personally, I'm hoping that half of the bad crap that's happened to me is part of like some kind of a spiritual, like what do they call that? Oh shoot, I can't remember. But yeah, there was that. There was like basically a waiting room for hell, purgatory. Yeah. I'm just hoping that some of the karma that the karmic events that have occurred in the course of my life are kind of my purgatory. But then again, you know what? I've known people that have lost children due to fires, due to accidents, others that have lost kids to drugs. And for some people, that's hell on earth. And they look up at the sky and they say, well, screw you. You took my kid. Or you allowed that person to rape me. Well, the thing is, God gives everybody free will, including the bad guys and the bad parents. And it's up to us. We are our own savior. God, there's nothing in the Bible that says that you shouldn't defend yourself. Nothing at all. There's no reason why, if you're a woman, especially if you're a smaller woman, why you can't apply for a conceal and carry permit and take lessons to become a gun owner, or even just buy a shotgun. You could buy a 410 gauge shotgun and buy slugs for it, and that would be enough for home defense anyway. Or you could even just take, you know what? You could take freaking self-defense courses. I had a little tiny 19-year-old girl or 18-year-old girl in college flip me when I took one of these self-defense courses, and I weighed a good 260. No, probably a good 240 at that time. And boy, I tell you, you could hear it echo throughout the school. My point being is that God doesn't make any guarantees. He doesn't say anything's going to be easy. He puts us on this planet as a test. I'm not too sure how we start. I want to believe that our spirits start as part of our parents and as part of our father and part of our mother. Whether it's equal parts or not, or whether we're reincarnated or whatever, I don't know. All I know is we start off with clean slates. We make choices. Life's not always fair. Sometimes it really sucks, but our reaction to the events, that's what's going to be tested, man. That's what's going to be graded on. And you know what? You can be an atheist. You can choose not to believe in God, or to choose to believe in a vengeful God, or a murderous God. But in the end, we all know what's right and what's wrong. And if you think that abusing women and forcing them to cover up just because you can't control your penis is the right kind of religion to belong to, then we got nothing to talk about. Listen, I'm a God-fearing man. I was raised that way. The youngest of 11 kids. Counting my parents, that makes me number 13. And, you know, I was raised with kids that I was envious of going to grade school and high school. They would come back talking about these great vacations. And for me, a vacation was basically going to Oneida Shores. And if I was lucky, I got to go down to the garden and at my grandmother's house on Greenway, I think it was, and pick vegetables for our family. But you know what? As an adult, I realize how special being raised as a member of such a family is. And I'm blessed for it. And I'd rather go into the big black, believing that there was meaning behind this, and that it does make a difference. whether you do the right thing or the wrong thing, especially when there's temptation involved. Hey, I'm one of the biggest sinners on the planet. I haven't killed anybody, but when it comes to affairs of the corazon, of mi corazon, yeah, I can't always guarantee that I was a stalwart moral compass. My compass kind of went flexible on a time or two. That doesn't matter. The sins of my past are the sins of my past. And what matters is, even if I change the mind of one person, cause one person to do the right thing, then all my rambling on this video, every last second of it, would have been worth it. Because make no mistake, this is a test. You know that if you see somebody broken down on the side of the road and you're running late for work and there's traffic behind you, then it's not safe to stop and you're good. Because hopefully in this day and age they've got a cell phone. But if you aren't running late for work and you see the same situation and you got a few extra minutes, there's no reason why you can't stop and try to help them out. Doing the right thing isn't always convenient, but it doesn't always have to be inconvenient either. And on that note, the first episode of the Digital Prophet comes to an end. May God bless you all and keep you safe. Hope to see you soon. Look me up on Facebook if you think about it. Oh, and you can also follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/LIFHAPNZ. I do approve all my requests, though. Talk to you soon.